What's up, world? What's welcome to another episode of the show about nothing podcast. JunesEightyEIght and Izzyphatasmo. What's going on, Izzyphanteasy? What's popping? You
What?
got something like? I mean, we
What?
address the elephant first, or we just gonna just?
What was the elephant in the room?
I mean, the flag and the people gonna think you that guy. People gonna think you that kind of person.
Oh, what? The flag? This?
You gonna think you that kind of person, like you jumping ship for a buck in here. Ah! Yes, I did.
Oh, you mean like that?
Yeah,
Like this?
yes.
Oh, well, I have my reasons, and my reason is like this. Everybody knows I roll with Cincinnati. That's my team. That's my squad. I've been with them for some years.
I
Like
want to know
that's
that right now.
oh hush. There was never a rule in the rule book of fandom that said you can't have two favorite teams.
I mean, as long as one is not in the same conference as you, in the same division.
I got it's the AFC and the NFC. I got one for each. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Now, everybody probably gonna look like, yo, why has he got the flag? Why has he got the jersey on? Where's the Joe Burrow? Where's the helmet? Where's all the tiger stripes? And my answer is simple. Cincinnati, and I saw this take by Colin Coward today. It popped up on my X or my Twitter feed, whichever you want to call it. I still call it Twitter.
Is that his mama name on Twitter? I'm gonna call it Twitter.
Yeah. So there was a post that somebody put, and Colin Coward supposedly said that Cincinnati is back. That what we saw versus Arizona is the Cincinnati Bengals that everybody's used to. Joe Burrow finally getting back into his old form. Jamar Chase having a day with a career high with a season record single game record, 15 receptions for 192 yards and 3 touchdowns. The Cincinnati Bengals are back. They're back on track. There's no worries. There's nothing going on. You know what happened in the first quarter. It was just a bunch of hullabaloo. Don't need to worry. Don't need to stress it. I looked at that and I said, I would agree to it if there was consistency. And I haven't seen consistency with Cincinnati. Now, we can all go ahead and say it was the injury. And, Joe wasn't being mobile. Like he wasn't able to throw the ball well. But I look at it and I'm like, look, Joe's starting to maneuver around a lot more in the pocket. He's starting to run. He's starting to drop back, throw the ball. He's putting it on the money. He's getting the guys in space. Like they are starting to look like the Cincinnati Bengals we know that they can be. Like I looked at Cincinnati being 1-2 and I wasn't worried because like they're going to find their level really soon. Like this is a team that they can have a slow start, but they'll find their way. They'll heat up, and then you'll know to see them in the postseason. You know that for a fact they will make a playoff appearance.
Right.
It's just I need to see that consistency with this team. Right. There's been some inconsistent moments that it's left me scratching my head. Right. The biggest one that I saw that had me scratching my head was the game versus Tennessee where they got blown out the water.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a game right there where, you would have thought against the secondary that isn't as sound as like what Cleveland or as like Kansas City or Philadelphia, that type of secondary, that they would be able to at least get some points, drive the ball down the field and really establish themselves. They weren't able to do that. It was a lot of vanilla play calling. It looked like they were kind of lost. It didn't look like they were the Bengals that everybody's so familiar with. But you go to Arizona in a game where like, look, if you lose this game, then your season is pretty much tanked right here. Like that was the conversation a lot of people were having. It's either win this game or your season's on the verge of tanking. And they came out, they won 34-20. Like they were able to put up a 14-point win. They had that great output. They had that great game by Jamar Chase. Again, single game record for the Cincinnati Bengals, 15 receptions, 192 yards. Tyler Boyd got in the mix. Trevor Irwin got in the mix. Like, they were actually able to move the ball down the field with ease again. So It's awesome to see. But I need to see it some more. I need to see more of that. And the Bengals have been known to be a second half type of team. I don't know if you've ever heard that phrase.
Oh, yeah.
They're a second half type of team. And statistically, like the later months, like October, November, December, and even January, they tend to turn the heat up a bit, and they tend to warm up just enough to where like they're really getting into that groove. So I'm gonna give them a couple more weeks. They play Seattle this week at home, so we'll see how they fare against that team. They pull a win. They go 3-3. They go 3-3 towards the bye week. Then I believe they will have a better chance of really getting themselves back into like the groove that we know that they can be. Because right now they're sitting in the bottom of the AFC North. I don't expect that to stay there. I think they'll find a way to, squeak back up towards either second or even take the division again, once the season is said and done. But for right now, I need to see that consistency. Where I've been seeing the consistency is with Tampa Bay. And this is a team that not a lot of people looked at and said, not a lot of people looked at as like a team that was going to do good. Everybody thought this team was going to go 0-4 going into their bye week.
Let's pause the Buccaneers real quick.
Go ahead. Talk about
it. You'll talk about this team right here real quick. 5-0. And
5-0.
I don't know how I'm going to tell this story. I'm going to set it up like this.
Who's ready for story time with Junie June, baby?
Me and my mother went to the State Fair of Texas, had a great time. I'm out there. Hey, don't disrespect the State Fair of Texas. It was a good time.
How many funnel cakes did you down?
I only ate one. Now I'm like, that's just too much sugar, man. It's just too much. It's in the powder sugar on your pants. I had on black pants. I'm like, I had the hat on, the Dawkins jersey. I ran to like a few Eagles fans, and I walked through the great state of Texas Fair. The nastiest looks were bestowed upon me. I was just standing there,
I wonder why.
I'm like, yes, bring me. An old black lady pointed me out. Oh no, baby, we gonna beat y'all. Like, man, 5-0. I'm like, your team got dog drug. They got drug and just beat to the hell. Like, don't talk about us. Leave us alone. Cowboy fella, how they let you in this fair with that on? Like, we're 5-0, sir. 5-0. Every Eagle fan, kids, go Birds! Like, yes, we are them. It is what it is. But that game again, I didn't get to see the game because it wasn't on TV in Dallas. But I heard the Eagles show they behind. Jalen Carter, defensive rookie of the year, is already his. Like, this man.
That man is just like, look, I will go back to the game versus the Buccaneers, that Monday night game. I knew Jalen Carter was going to be a problem on the defensive line, but watching him play that entire game just solidified to me like how terrifying this defensive line can be.
Secondary still kind of, but the front seven, ooh.
I'm actually gonna chime in real quick because there was a client. A lot of people know I work for the Squad of Geeks.
The Squad of Geeks.
I deal with the TVs and whatever. So me and my partner, we go to mount this TV for this couple. They had just moved from Cali, and they're just getting themselves situated in the house. Now we go to mount the TV, and I hear the husband. He's talking about some football, and I'm like, ooh. Like I hear some football talking. I'm like, ooh, I am intrigued. Yes, I am. And I kind of perked up. I perk up and I look, and I see on the back of his phone is a specific logo.
Specific? How specific?
A specific logo that I think you would be very familiar with.
This one?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
He's an Eagles fan. Now, here's the fun part. We start talking a little bit of football. His words, not mine. Don't shoot the messenger. He says that this Eagles defense is the most complete defense he has ever seen since back when he started watching the Eagles when McNabb was in the building. That's how far he's been. But he did say this, the offense still isn't clicking on all cylinders. They aren't really hitting their stride. They're struggling to make plays, but they're still finding ways to win. How do you respond, sir?
I don't disagree with that. I feel like the games, like when people say Jalen can't throw, he can throw dots. He can throw bombs. He can throw. I feel like with the new OC, they still trying to feel each other. I see that's what it is. And then the dude,
and that's something that was brought up that he said. He's like, I don't think it's the fact that the offense is struggling. It's more or less like we have a new offensive coordinator, a new defensive coordinator. And it's like the offensive coordinator and the offense themselves, they're still trying to figure out who they are, find that identity. But I'm going to just ask you this question here. And then I want you to just be open and honest, okay?
All right.
Do you think that let's take it like the Ohio State Kyle McCord quarterback battle that we kind of saw play out before Notre Dame game. Remember what I was saying? I don't like this quarterback battle.
Yeah.
Don't let it go past week 2, week 3, because then that's when we're going to have issues.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you think that we're in week 6 already?
Yep.
You're 5-0. The games, yes, they've been solid. You guys have won some pretty good games. They've been some ugly wins though.
I'm gonna say, I think I said this last week too. I'll take the ugly wins over the dominant blowout games. And we're gonna talk about that later after this, because I got something else I want to talk about, because something amazing I'm gonna talk about. But I can cope with these, y'all struggle, but we won.
Right.
We could.
Dude, here's my thing. I will let you finish that statement, but here's my question. This is what I was about to ask you. Don't you think that it should be about time that an identity for your team should be established offensively? Do you think the Eagles should have something figured out by now? Or do you think this carries over for the next few weeks? Because if you look at your schedule, y'all got a bit of a rough one. Y'all got a rough stretch.
I'm going to answer your question like this. I talked to an Eagles fan when I was coming back home. He was going to the fair. Him and his buddy was going to the fair. And I saw him looking at me. And I didn't think nothing of that. Yo, go Birds. We fist bump. I said, yo, I think going to this Jets game is when you're going to find out our offense. I'm not, like I said, trap game, I felt like that Commanders game was yo.
Commanders nearly gave y'all a scare. That was
if there's anything called a trap game, that was that game. I felt like, that was all right. But we stayed in. I feel like when we run the ball, we can run it good. Once Swift gets going, you can't, but they want to keep him healthy, so they take him out and put Gainwell in. But Gainwell, he can gain well. See what I did there? He can get us gains. He can get us up the field, but it's something about what Swift can do. It's like that thunder.
I think Gainwell's more of like your third down back, your passing back. Like
Yeah,
he get out in the flat, get out in the open, out of the backfield, and you can throw him the ball and get you some yards. Swift is more like your first, second down type of guy where you can hand him the ball and he's guaranteed to give you like 5.5, 6 yards plus.
hell, 80 if you let him on a good day. So
Yeah.
he can get us like it's like if you want to talk about like how it was with Zeke and Tony Pollard, the thunder lightning combination. I feel like that's what Gainwell, but I feel
That's
like
the same thing what Cleveland had with Chubb and Hunt when Chubb and Hunt were a thing back in like 2019, 2020. Like it was that 1-2 punch that a lot of teams they really couldn't game plan for because like yeah, you had Nick Chubb who you really had to keep an eye out for, but then you had Kareem Hunt who was a former rushing yards leader at the time, like a year or so prior. And this guy right here is like, he's still got that energy to him that he can get you about good 4.5 yards per carry. And he's one of those guys that he doesn't shy away from contact. It's the same thing I see with you guys in Philadelphia. Swift will do at least 6.5 yards, like what I say, like 5.5, 6 yards per carry. And then Gainwell is kind of like the same thing.
And that ain't even the cold part. You got the 3-headed monster. Outside, you got like 4-headed. You got AJ, you got Smitty, you got Gotti, you got Quez. Well, I think they're gonna. I don't know what situation with Quez, but Zach, what's his name? Pascal. How do you say it? Pascal. You got him now. So you got Jaden that career. You got like it's like pick your poison how you want to get this ass whooping. So it's like
really? That's how you feel.
Yeah, I mean, like if Smitty gonna that catch Smitty again with a dangerous catch against the Commanders. He gets them every time. He gets a highlight catch every time. And AJ Brown, he's gonna get one of them catches that make you like, how did you catch that?
I'm gonna say this. I'm looking at the matchup predictor right now for your Eagles and Jets game. Now, this game is at 425. It got flexed to a 425 game. I don't know how that happened, but hey, we'll take it.
I just feel like with
y'all have a 65% chance of winning this game right now.
And I say this about the Jets because I feel like Zach is still Zach. He's still Zach. Is
this like the I don't fear Baker Mayfield type of talk that we heard when y'all faced the Buccaneers?
No, I didn't say I didn't fear. I didn't know what Baker Mayfield was going to show up. Because Baker can give you he can come out, he can wake up feeling dangerous and put 50 on you if he wants to, but it depends on what Baker shows up with. Right. I seen how Dallas did him. I seen how, but then again, like he's trying to win. He's trying like, yo, I don't want to, but you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know what he's going to do. And then if the defense show, I mean, if Jalen Carter and Hassan Reddick and all them Jordan Davis get going early. I forgot Fletcher Cox is coming back. You got Brandon Graham. If I'm just saying, like, he gonna get hit. He getting sacked. He gonna get it. It's gonna happen. But I don't sleep on teams any given Sunday. But I feel like this is where the Eagles show, like, all right, we got the wrinkles out. We can't take this team lightly. We see what the Commanders did. We cannot take this team lightly. So I feel like it's going to be a pretty good game. I don't think it's going to be a high-scoring game because I really don't like high-scoring games because then it's just like, I could win a game and just go on by your business.
Okay, so I'm going to give you some stats real quick about your Eagles and your Jets.
I got something to talk about that.
All right, so here we go. So your Eagles right now, second in offense. They're 12th in defense. They're 9th in the passing game, and they're 2nd in the rushing game.
Okay.
The Jets are 24th in both offense and defense. They're 31st in passing, but they're 10th in rushing.
Damn.
But here's the thing, though. You look at this New York Jets defense, they're privy to, like, making turnovers happen. They're privy to shutting down certain quarterbacks. Like, they haven't allowed high quarterback ratings in a while. Like they know how to. That defense, I believe, is what's going to keep the Jets in line. Is what's going to keep them, in this game. But what Zach Wilson, Garrett Wilson, Alan Lazard, Bryce Hall, not Bryce Hall, Brees Hall, even Dalvin Cook, Tyler Conklin, what this Jets offense, that's what I want to see. Their offense versus y'all defense. We know what their defense versus your offense can do. I'm interested to see what Zach Wilson is going to bring to the table. You know, they did get a clutch win versus Denver. Their defense did come up with a big takeaway to end it.
Yep.
But
I say this. This would be a different game if Aaron Rodgers was under center.
Oh, yeah. Like if you looked at the schedule, like if you looked at the schedule the way the way that it was formed, the Jets have a lot of these primetime games because Aaron Rodgers was supposed to be under center, but he's not. It's Zach Wilson. Zach Wilson is maturing. He's getting better. He's making smarter throws. Like he's starting to understand the defenses a little bit quicker. It's more or less like if Aaron Rodgers was there, that's when we would be seeing like, okay, maybe there would be some concern for the Eagles because you already know what Aaron Rodgers is all about.
Oh, yeah. And speaking of all about, the format of this show has changed. We're going to really be ourselves now moving forward, really like be who we are. Not like we ain't been who we are, but like we haven't showed you like who we had an episode where we just like, all right, cool, set the tone for the rest of the remainder of these podcasts.
We just haven't cut up the way that we want to yet.
Nah. So shout out to Ma for telling us we should do this. And so there's a restaurant that I told my boy about a few years, like last year. I think it was last year, right?
A year and a half ago.
Year and a half ago, called the Maple Street Biscuit Company.
Oh my gosh. Hey.
And we have one. I said, yo, man, I watched such. There's a place called Maple Street Biscuit Company, man. They got one in Georgia, so you might well check it out. You know what? There's one 45 minutes away from me. I'm gonna go and I leave the doctor. Like, all right, cool. He called me like, yo, it is amazing.
Bro, I FaceTimed this man and I was like, bro, I'm here.
He did. And ever since that day, I was jealous.
Wait, what?
I was jealous because the closest one to me is in Frisco. In Frisco, like an hour, 45 to an hour. You know, and I'm not taking Lyft all the way out there. That's a big ass Lyft fee. I'm not trying to pay that going there and back. Mm-hmm. You're looking at it, and they only open from like 7 to like 3. So
yeah, they're not open all day. That's another kicker about this. About the Maple Street Biscuit Company. It's a breakfast shop. So they only open for a select amount of time.
And so I'm like, all right, getting up early, going out there is gonna run you at least like $20 to $30 in that kind of traffic, maybe 40.
Ew.
Yes, because the traffic they based off of rush hour traffic and stuff. And coming back may be a little light. So it's like, all right, cool, you may look at that $30, $20 or whatever. Mm-hmm. So I'm not paying that. I'm not, forget it. If I'm ever in Frisco, I'll go, whatever. So me and my mom stopped by the bank to get some money to go to the fair last week. And we pull in, I see the sign, Maple Street Biscuit Company. I'm like, wait. I'm like, hold on, wait. This ain't got it. This is that it. I'm like, are they getting ready to open one? Is it here now? Is it whatever? I go in, we leave the bank, go like, oh yeah, I'm definitely coming back. Hey, yeah, we just opened up like a few months ago, and yeah, like, you know what? I will be back.
How close is it?
Dude, it's about 5 minutes from the house. About 5 minutes. It's literally right around the corner.
Oh, my boy.
Yes, I'm going for breakfast probably next week.
Will you be documenting this?
I will. I saw some on this. I don't know what it is, but it got bacon, jam, and chicken and cheese, and I don't know what it's called, but it looks delicious. I need it.
He said, I need it.
Because like I say, food is life, man. Like, what's the best food you had? Like, what's the best meals you had? Like, off the top, like, yo, that was, you go back and reflect on it. You be laying down in bed, like, you know, that was a good, I got to go back and get some of that kind of food.
Oh, my gosh. Oh, we talking, oh, that's a good question. Hold on, let me see.
I know what it is for me.
All right, you go first.
It's that damn shrimp po' boy from Casting Kitchen. Let me tell you, that it's the best po' boy I ever had in my life. Now I've had a few po' boys in my life, a few shrimp po' boys, and this is the best one. The bread was perfect, the fries was good. It's like it was perfect. It was so good.
Really?
What?
You were building it up like it was something else, but you gonna tell me the shrimp po' boy?
No, it was great. I mean, what I'm gonna say, the burger, but another one is the barbecue cheddar burger from Yard House. Now that's a good time.
Hold on now.
That's a good time.
Hold on now.
It's a good time.
What?
Barbecue bacon burger from Yard House. That's a good time. But it ain't as good a time as that shrimp. It's because only on a lunch menu, so you can only get it at lunch.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
It's like if you miss it, you ain't gonna get it.
Okay, so you know what? Okay, I had something similar. So there's a bar and grill spot an hour away in Hilton Head Island in South Carolina called the Rockfish Bar and Grill.
Okay.
The owners of that place.
Oh, you told me about this spot. I
Yes.
remember now. Go ahead.
So the owners of this place. They're from Cincinnati, Ohio. They're from Cincy, born and raised. Every football season comes around, every Sunday, they got their Who Day menu out and about.
Okay.
Now, what is the Who Day menu, you may ask?
Yes, please tell.
The Who Day menu is basically all of Cincinnati's signature dishes.
Okay.
Down there. And the only time that you can get it is during football season.
Oh my gosh.
And I'm talking they got the Skyline chili. And the way they do the Skyline chili, they have it. You could do a Skyline 3-way, 4-way, and a 5-way.
Oh my Lord.
Yeah, so the 3-way is spaghetti with the Skyline chili.
Do they have beans in it?
Huh?
They don't have beans, do it?
No, it don't.
Oh, good, because I'm from as a Texas, beans and chili is a no-no.
What?
Beans in Texas, beans and chili is a no-no.
Why not? I thought beans and chili was like the go-to, the classic.
Nah, the OG chili, just regular chili, no beans. Like this. That's just how it is, man. No beans in the chili.
Really?
Oh yeah.
So you are like a chili chili
snob, yes.
A chili savant.
Oh yeah, man.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, this chili right here, it don't got no beans, but you have the chili, you have the 3, which is the chili, you have the spaghetti with the chili on top, the shredded cheese, then the onions.
Right.
Hold on. Matter of fact, I'm pulled up because let me pull it up real quick.
Why are you doing that? I feel like food. I feel like, yo, man, like while he's doing that, I was at the fair again, and they had this place called the Great River Maple. Bruh. They got, follow me now, bourbon barrel-aged maple syrup.
Bourbon
Barrel-aged syrup.
Ooh.
Bourbon maple syrup. But I'm like, is there, they cook it in, they make it in the, but they age in bourbon barrel. But they got another one. It's cinnamon maple. And it tastes like French toast. And the girl said, yo, it's great over ice cream. Yes. That face. I was there. I'm like, I need this. I'm ordering some.
Where is this at?
I'll send you they're from Iowa. And they come down here every year. And I'm ordering me some next week.
Okay. All right. So please let me know how that goes, bro. Let me know.
I'm gonna send you the joint.
All right, so check this out. The Skyline Chili Ways.
Okay.
You got 3-way, the 4-way, and the 5-way. You ready for this?
Yeah, go ahead.
So the 3-way, steaming spaghetti, covered with the secret recipe chili, topped with a mound of shredded cheddar cheese.
That sounds a good time.
The 4-way is the 3-way with diced onions or beans on it. And then the 5-way is with diced onions, beans, the chili, and a mound of cheese on it.
That sounds good minus the beans though. That sounds.
Bro.
But then again, I gotta eat that when I'm going home. I just can't. You just can't just be going on about your day after you eat that. Like that's gonna be like.
Here's the fun part about this. So, like I said, this place right here, like it's an hour away. So there was a Sunday that I ended up going. Got out of church and I took myself all the way over there just to check it out. I got me the Skyline chili conies, the chili cheese conies with the 3-way. Boy, let me tell you something.
It was a good time.
Oh, it was such a good time. Such a good time.
Okay.
I'm talking about like, and like I have I actually have another story about that chili.
Oh Lord Jesus.
Yeah, this is a feel good. This is a feel good story. I want you to. This is gonna warm your heart. You're gonna get the tingles and the warm fuzzy feelings in your heart.
Okay.
So you remember what was it? Last year. Last year was not a good year for me.
Oh no, it wasn't.
You know how that went.
Oh yeah.
You know, you were there.
Oh yeah, I was there. I was on the battlefield, which I was there.
Woo, I went. Your boy went through it.
Yes, he did.
I was hurting. I had a broken leg with the ball in my hand trying to go down the sideline, and I had to try to carry the team on my back, and I was about to fall over. But this man came over here and picked me up by my my arm over his shoulder. He was like, "Oh, we gonna make it together."
Oh yeah, we was out here.
Well, yeah. So last year was a bit of a rough one for me. I didn't do so well.
Right.
Towards the end of the year, a couple of people from my my church, my Bible group community, they invited me to their house for like a little get together after Christmas. So like the 26th, we were gonna get together and just hang out and just have a good time, right? So we do that. I go over there, start hanging out with them. We're talking, and I'm just, just chopping it up with them. And, we're getting down to some pretty good talks. We're having a good, heartfelt conversation. Like, yo, we are building something here. Like, I could feels like we got a connection strong here.
Okay.
Next thing you know, I hear a happy birthday song pop up.
Right.
These people surprised me with my own birthday cake that they made. And on top of that, they made the Skyline chili for me. Like the chili dogs and all. Yes, I don't know how they knew, but bruh, I was like, made me shed a tear. I was like, I felt so loved.
You good? Hey, Jordan, you good? Yeah. Just bring the chili.
Like, it's like who put the onions here? Oh wait, that's in the chili anyway.
Oh yeah, man. That's a good time. That's a good time.
It was a very good time. Now that right there, the Skyline chili, I've always said I've been a fan of it. Would love to get some more. There is an ice cream though that's from Cincinnati. It's called Grater's Ice Cream. They have a cherry chocolate chip ice cream. a cherry chocolate chip ice cream. And here's the thing. The chocolate chips that they use, they're not like the little itty bitty chocolate chips that you would use for like a cookie.
Are some thick joints.
Thick chocolate chips.
Wow,
and it's thicker ice cream. It's not like regular like what you get with Bluebell. It's a lot thicker.
Okay. You know what? Speaking of ice cream, there's a beverage I like to indulge in called the Vanilla Porter by Breckenridge Brewery. It's very good. It's one of them like if you like Guinness, you're gonna like this. But you cannot like
have yet to try that out.
I know you say you're not just drinking beer binge, I know you pull back, but if you get back into it, this is a good beer to have. And me and
I'm gonna say this. If the good Lord above allow me to travel, because I have written out my list of places that I would love to go to for next year and for the foreseeable future. If I am allowed by the good Lord above to see you in Dallas along with the crew, and we get to indulge in these good times.
Oh yeah, most definitely. I'll pick up I got you. I will pick up a 6-pack for you, but it's a vanilla porter. Now, let me tell you something. I was telling my little sis, I was like, yo, when I told her this, we were watching Worst Cooks in America, and we were talking about, yo, I said, yo, what if you take that vanilla porter and pour it over some vanilla ice cream? That's how she looked at me. She had nothing. She said, so a vanilla porter float? Like, yes. Think about it. Just think about it. Just think about it. Just sit on that. They had a Guinness float before at TGI Fridays years ago, years upon eons ago.
Really?
Yes. I wasn't drinking back then.
I've heard of Coke floats. I've heard of Dr. Pepper floats. I've heard of root beer floats. I've never heard of a Guinness float, let alone a vanilla porter float.
Yo, man,
I'm interested. I'm intrigued.
I'm intrigued. I will try and let you know because it's a vanilla beer. So what vanilla ice cream can't do nothing make it more better. Can't make it no better. Hey, think about it. It's like putting cheese in your grits. Grits are already delicious. Throw some cheese in it, some sharp cheddar, some black pepper, some salt. It's a great time.
Oh Lord, here we go.
It's like getting chocolate chip cookies and have some milk. It's already a good time, but get the milk, it's a great time.
Wait. We're not skipping over the grits talk. We ain't skipping over that. We need to
skip it. We move past. That's back there.
No. We need to discuss. We discussing this right here. You were just really quick with the grits. Talk to me about that. What is the grits?
The grits, man. Salt, pepper, sharp cheddar, savory grits. We don't shame grits people over here. We don't shame people over here. We don't shame.
Really?
This is a good time.
Really? We don't shame people?
We don't shame.
What was the conversation that we've been having in our little group chat about sweet grits and shrimp?
Hey man, look.
You sure were shaming people that day.
Hey, yo. Hey, and later, hey, the little bro, he started it, and then everybody, hey, he the one said he had sweet shrimp and grits, and everybody annihilated his ass. He deserved it. Oh yeah, but you say you like sweet and savory, and then you got then the energy went to you because the other boss like you want them together. Yeah, it was like I can't help it. I gotta just fade into the bushes on that.
Look, I've had savory grits. I've had sweet grits, aka oatmeal.
Yeah,
I understand that.
I don't like sweet. Like it throws my brain off. Like
it throws your brain off.
Yeah, like especially with grits, it's like nah. Like I tried putting sugar in grits, but it just don't. I don't just
see early on for me, like I wasn't privy to like the salt and pepper in the grits. Like my palate wasn't like
Southern.
It wasn't Southern. It hadn't been Southern built like that.
He's the Army kid. He's the Army kid, so he bounced around. When he got to Georgia, he learned.
I learned late, but I learned well. And let me tell you something. I'm more familiar with the savory grits, but on occasion, a little pinch just to, because sometimes what ends up happening is like you'll put like salt and pepper in there, but sometimes you may put like a little too much. So you need to balance it out just a smidge.
Oh yeah, no shame. Nah, I'm with it. I mean, I'm like people like, yo, they put sugar, and then you're like, bro, why?
Like going, like you go up north and say, I want some sweet tea, and it's like,
you gonna talk about that? I had some tea so sweet one time. I had to reevaluate my life.
What?
You know, you gas for some sweet tea. It's too sweet. Like, this is. Gotta give me some water. I gotta cut this.
Have I had sweet tea like that? No. You know what? No. I've had the sweet tea where like as soon as you take that first sip, you already know what you're getting yourself into. And there's that face of just like you don't want to show the disappointment in your face. So you gotta fake it.
I show it.
I'm nice. Like you're I try to be all nice and be like, oh, this is pretty good.
Look, I was at TGI Friday. What was that? I was at what was that? Wingstop. The girl that works there. They have now. The bottle version of this tea is Gold Peak tea.
Oh, Gold Peak.
That is butt cheeks. What? But I heard they got an extra sweet one, so I gotta try that. Now Milo's. I don't know if y'all have Milo's tea.
I believe we do.
So they got an extra sweet. That is the only one I drink. I don't like the regular one because it's not sweet enough. Now the extra sweet is so good. Now I'm at Wingstop. Me and my dudes getting some wings. I get the sweet tea, the best sweet tea I ever had in my life.
Oh, let me tell you, I went to Applebee's a couple of weeks back. I had just gotten out of my chiropractor appointment, and I go to Applebee's.
Right.
Got this waitress. She comes up and checks on me. She she takes care of me, whatever. Sweet, young, black girl.
Oh Lord, I know where this is going.
So she asked me what I want to drink, and I'm like, let me get a sweet tea. She's like, oh, well, I just made this sweet tea, so I'm a little nervous. I'm like, hey, look, sweet tea's my go-to, so I'll let you know. She's like, oh, so you gonna judge it for me? I'm like, I got you. So she goes to the back, gets me that sweet tea, right? She stood there and she was waiting for me to give my judgment call, give the judgment on the sweet tea.
And what was the judgment?
I hit her. I gave her that look, that smile. I was like,
now, was it Captain America or was you being honest?
Was that Captain America?
Was it Captain America or was you being honest to it? Was you capping or was you telling the truth?
I ain't wearing no caps. I'm telling the truth.
Look here. So same story. I said, yo, she was in the back, like she was like behind the counter picking up. So I said, yo, who made the sweet tea? She said, me. I said, yo, this is the best damn sweet tea I've had in my goddamn life. This rivals my mama's sweet tea a little bit. This rivals my mama's sweet tea.
It rivals your mama's sweet tea.
This rivals my mother's sweet tea. I don't really hold nobody in that regard. That's a high praise.
Miss June, Mama June, she didn't mean that.
Yes, I did. I mean every word of it. Because it takes a lot for me to say something rivals my mother's. Because everything don't rival mom. Like, yo, I'm like, yo, you right? She's like, yeah, I love sweet tea. Like, this Gold Peak is just not good. It's like, it's not sweet enough. I like my tea sweet. I do too. And like, we was at a restaurant for breakfast one time. We went to this place called Grand Lux for breakfast. And they had some sweet tea. And that's some of the best sweet tea I ever had. And I did not expect that from this kind of restaurant. Because it's more like a, kind of like a high end, not high end, like 5-star-ish kind of breakfast spot, but it's got lunch and brunch and all that. But their tea was pretty damn good. Pretty goddamn good. But see, you say you got a list of travel spots. Where you trying to go, man? What's that must go to place that I gotta go here? I gotta hit this spot. Like the first on your list. Like what's the first one on your list?
Are we talking international or are we talking like within the states?
Wherever you want to go first.
All right. So I actually got a pretty interesting lineup. So several of these.
If you could, okay, I'm gonna put it like this way. They say, yo.
I'm looking at my list right now. So go ahead, ask your question.
You can say, yo, you could go tomorrow. All expenses paid. All expenses paid. Round trip. Where you get, like you can go here first. Everything, your room is paid for. A nice room.
Okay.
Like 5-star restaurant. 5-star hotel.
Okay.
Good service. Everything is paid for. Like you set up nicely. All you need is money to spend. If you want to get car service, you can have it. If you don't, you just want to walk the city. You got car service. Everything is taken care of. Where on the list are you going first?
Oh man, that's a good question. For real, like Japan.
Everybody wants to go to Japan.
So I think for me, Japan has always been a go-to spot of mine. And it's not because of the tourist attractions and like the pictures and all that. Like all that is great. All that's fun. Like the tourist attractions, you got Mount Fuji in the background. You got all like the sights, the sounds, like the experiences and everything. I think for me, is more of like I've always been into like the history and the culture and just like understanding that type of understanding that scenery and understanding like what they're all about.
Right.
So Japan has always been like top 5, like top 3 places that I've wanted to travel to.
Right.
Japan has always been that one. And South Korea is kind of like the second, like around that area. I want to go back to Romania.
Okay.
I want to go to Romania. I want to go back to Germany. I would love to go to Ireland.
Oh, that's on my list. That's on my.
Would love to go to Switzerland. Would love to go to Belgium. Would love to go to the Netherlands.
You know what? Whenever you get ready to go to Ireland, let me know. We can do. If by the time we probably been this show probably didn't took off by then, we go there and show about nothing in Ireland.
Oh yeah. Like I definitely would love to go check out Ireland. But like if we're talking stateswide, if we're talking about like here in the States,
my list. I can't wait to talk about mine. Go ahead.
Definitely gotta check out. I want to check out Tampa. Want to check out Miami, Tampa, Cincinnati. Football. Like I want to check out the city, get the vibe of the areas. Then just to Dallas, of course, I gotta come visit the broski. Yes, sir.
Right on.
Probably H-Town. Probably check out H-Town as well.
Okay.
Check out Houston. Probably go back home to Colorado, see what it's like out there now.
Okay.
Cali. Definitely gotta check Cali out.
Oh yeah.
And I wanna go up to the Pacific Northwest.
Okay. See, for me, I just sent you some. I think you may want to check that out. That's another little food spot.
Okay.
Now let's check that out. And see, for me, on my list.
That's amazing.
Yes, I know.
Wait a minute. Is
yes.
Is that,
yes.
What?
Mm-hmm. That's exactly what you think that is.
What?
Yep.
Bacon on a donut?
Bacon maple bar.
A bacon maple bar?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Five Guys had
hold that thought. Let me get up. Let me do this real quick. I want to go as you. I always wanted to go to the East Coast. I've been like, that's my like. I never wanted to go out west. I tell this story. I never really wanted to go to the west. It's like I mean, besides, I mean, when I say west, I mean L.A. I'll go to Seattle. I'll go to Seattle. I've
been to LA. I've been to San Diego. But I will say this. I would rather go back to San Diego just for the fact, and this is a story that I've told that I've always talked about. Doing the ministry thing back in like 2010, 2011, we drove to Cali. We did like a California tour. So we were in Sacramento, San Francisco, and then we went all the way down to LA, and then we stayed the night in San Diego.
Okay.
We went to San Diego for the night. We stopped. We went to the beach for a little bit, like around sunset time. Then we stayed the night over there. And then I remember waking up, the next morning, got myself ready. I actually walked through the city to go get something to eat for breakfast or whatever. Just right. And I'm telling you this right now. I felt instant connection with that city. I don't know what it was. I can't describe it. But there was an instant connection I felt in that city like that. Like I said to myself, I could see myself being here.
You know what? I can relate to that story. When we went to DC and like from Maryland, they got like a train system where it goes from Maryland to DC. And so I got off the train, we went up the little tunnel thing and walked out. It's like I felt like that what you just said, that like I can't explain what this feels. You know how when you go out of town, you feel like you're not at home. You feel like I feel like a tourist.
Yeah,
I'm like I feel like I'm at home right now. It feel like I ain't even leave Dallas. And an old buddy of mine said when he went there, he felt the same way. Like, yeah, I don't know what it is. It just felt like a different vibe there. But for me, definitely want to go to New York. I want to perform in New York. Yeah, I want to do a show in New York.
Oh, yeah, you talked about that, the House of Blues, right?
Yeah, I want to do something. Either one of them side. It could be somebody open mic. I just want to perform in New York. I just want to do something in New York, a show in New York. And right. I want to go.
Isn't there a saying? There's a saying: if you can make it out in New York, you can make it anywhere.
Hey man, I bet. Like I said, a lot of people tell me, they say, yo, man, you can make it out here, man. What you do? Yeah, I appreciate for the high praise. And I want to go to Canada. I want to go to I want to hit Toronto. I want to have some authentic Canadian maple syrup from the. I want to have all that. I want to. Yes.
Oh, I almost forgot. Toronto.
Oh, I gotta go to Toronto.
I gotta go to Toronto, Calgary. I want to go to Vancouver. Like, I want to visit. I want to go, Toronto, Vancouver, Calgary. Would love to go to Ottawa. Like, Canada is a spot. Now, there's a funny story.
Oh, Lord.
Funny story. So my mom was visiting my cousin when she was stationed up in New York. And while they were visiting, I guess they were driving and they overshot the exit.
I think you told me about that.
They overshot the exit they were supposed to take, and they went straight to the Canada-US border. Mind you, you have to have a passport and you have to have your papers ready when you go there. They weren't trying to go there. They get to the border, and the border guard, the border guard is
they gave him a house, wasn't it?
No, they were like, they basically told him, like, look, we missed our turn. We're not trying to come here. We actually missed our turn by accident. Is it okay if we turn around and, make our way back out? They're like, yeah, you go right. Like, after they explain themselves, they're like, yeah, go right ahead. And they allowed them to go through just to hit the UE and to cut back out.
Man, look, I would have lost 30 pounds that day. I would have lost 30 pounds in that car. Like, oh, we are all not going to make it. Something is going to happen. Oh, you're just going to say we just going to go, bust a Yui. I'm like, all right.
Now, I'm going to say this, though.
I would have been like, I would have been narrating everything. Went on there. I'm driving down I'm turning now.
Do you see me driving?
You
You
see
see
me
me turning?
I'll be like, he said I could go. Yeah, I'm just turning. Keep the Mounties over there. I'm just turning around.
Keep the Mounties over there.
Like I'm like, yo. Then I go over there. Like, all right, we leaving. We leaving.
As soon as you get across the border, you got U.S. Border Patrol coming onto you.
Woo! All right, that's some bull. I know this is gonna happen, man.
Like you don't even get 5 yards away from there. Like, sir, we need you to pull over.
Gosh damn, man.
Like, what'd I do, sir? We saw you make a U-turn leaving out of Canada. Can you explain what you were doing over there?
I missed my turn, man. And man,
I didn't. I'm like, sir, that doesn't sound like an adequate excuse. You missed your turn. What does that mean?
I was trying to go to Brooklyn.
Sir, Brooklyn is further south. You're all the way up towards Buffalo.
Man, you know what? So I get up out of here. Give me the goddamn ticket. Nah, but that in Ireland is on my list. Like those are the two main spots I want to go. Canada and Ireland. Like I never had an urge. Like, I mean, I will go to Japan just to go to the babe store. Cause I know they got a babe store out there. I don't know how much stuff out there.
Really? That's it?
Yeah, I mean, like, what else is out there to do? I mean, like, I'm not enthusiastic. I'm not like how everybody. I want to go to. I mean, I know they got that big ass Gundam out there too, but still, like, there's nothing out there like, oh, I never been fascinated with Japan like that. Like, I don't
really.
Now, Ireland is the one I've been wanting to go to for a long time. Ireland and Canada.
Why Ireland?
Because my mother told me, like, she found, like, we've ancestry, like, we have, like, half Irish in our family down our line. Like, yeah, I'm like, oh,
really?
Great. You know, I'm like, oh, okay. And, like, I bet. Like, I said, let me check it out. Like, and it's like,
have you been looking at, like, things on Ireland?
It was the point like a few years ago, like I was really looking to going, and I never got a chance to go. Like I'll make my way out there too. I'll make my way out there, so that'd be one that's on my to go list.
Defo.
Where we at now? What else we got, bro?
Let's.
Cause we got a little more time. We said we're gonna make.
We've been talking a lot about food and travel. We need to get back to what we know we can talk about.
Okay.
We need to talk about some foosball over here, my boy, because there was a conversation.
Oh, Ryan Dakota Prescott and the 49ers.
We need to talk about that.
We can talk about that now. Let me talk to y'all real quick. I ain't never seen anything like that in my life. You see an ass whooping on TV, like you see UFC fights. I'm like, I went into this game thinking, oh, this is going to be a great game. They going to light up the scoreboard.
Oh, yeah, someone did light up the scoreboard.
Yeah, somebody lit up the scoreboard, all right. But it wasn't both sides. It was all offense. George Kittle got going, and it was just all over with.
I'm going to say this.
3 of them things he got.
Well, didn't Dak say something like, oh, I'm not going to throw 10 interceptions or something like that?
Yes, he said he's thrown 4 so far.
He threw 3 in one game.
3 in the second one, like the old buddy, he threw it to Brandon Cooks. Oh boy, on 2 defenders, I might add, double covered.
But he was like under like serious pressure.
And it was
that was like a panic throw, if you ask me.
And old buddy came over the top, caught it, and ran it back. Then a pick 6. That second one was the pick 6. I'm like, bro, like, Dak. He got benched. They benched him in the 4th. Like, he got benched.
Whew.
It was like, bro, like, I'm like, here's my issue with the Cowboys. Like, here's my issue with that team. You put 70 up in 2 weeks. The Giants and the Jets, you put 70. You could have won against Arizona, but you lost. Arizona had the game the whole game. They didn't let up. Then you beat up on the damn not Pittsburgh, I keep saying the Patriots.
That was just
and then you get annihilated. Now you got to go to you're back to SoFi. No, got to go to SoFi.
No, yeah, they play the Chargers next.
Yes. And ain't no telling how that game gonna go.
I'm gonna say this, and this is a hot take that I told you. This is a hot take that I sent your way, and you were kind of befuddled when I said this.
Oh yeah,
I believe Dak Prescott is sandbagging right now.
think so. Talk to the people.
I don't think Dak Prescott. Okay, look. Statistically speaking, historically speaking, Dak has not performed the way that you would want him to perform. Like, you paid him like $100 million over 4 years, and he just hasn't really put out a product that would. He hasn't put that product out to show that he's worth every penny, right? We could say that. The thing that makes me think that he's sandbagging and that he's about done with the Cowboys as a whole is there's been a couple of little comments and moves that Jerry Jones has made that I believe is starting to wane on Dak Prescott's his patience and whatnot.
I feel like with that statement, the backdoor that statement, I feel like with people say that Dak is a 4th round quarterback that plays like a 4th round quarterback.
He's a 4th round quarterback. He was a 4th round pick. Played up and above that potential when he first got in the league. But once he got paid, it's kind of like he fell back into that 4th round pick standard. And it's just like,
what's funny though about that, what you just said?
What?
Who was it? That first take was Undisputed. He was like, Dak, how did he say it? Dak is, he said, how did he say it? Go ahead. I gotta let it come back to me. I got thrown up, but go ahead.
But no, like I heard it today on First Take. Stephen A. Smith was the one that brought it up. He was picked up in the first. He was picked up in the 4th round. Played well, and then all of a sudden he's gone.
I figured it out. That he said Tony Romo would still be quarterback if he never got hurt. He said right now Tony Romo would still be the quarterback right now if he never got injured. Like if he never went down, he would probably still be the quarterback.
And I don't believe it.
Skip and Richard Sherman, like, yeah, you right. Like he's like, Jerry has his favorites. Like Jerry Jones has his favorites, and Tony Romo was one of those favorites. He loved Tony. Romo was everything to Jerry Jones, like everything. And Dak is just one of those guys. Like, all right, man, I know I'm not going to win.
So here's the question: and does this? So
I'm gonna make a hot take. The Detroit Lions will make it to an NFC Championship game before the
Dallas Cowboys.
Way before that. And
that's not a hot take. That's a fact.
And I say that because I've still got to see a little more. I told you the other day, you disagree. I think the Lions are just a quarterback away from an NFC.
I don't think so.
And I say it because how far can Jared go? I mean, we know Jared Goff got a team to a Super Bowl and they lost. But I'm like, I think
okay, so the Super Bowl loss, I believe, was more that wasn't on Jared Goff. I don't believe that was
on to the Patriots.
Yeah, Belichick's defense.
Yep, and then the Patriots lost to the Eagles that next year. So
we all know what happened with that one.
But I'm just saying, I say it like that. I think the Lions are a good team. I think they can become a great team. I think they want them teams like, yo, they could pull what the Kansas City Chiefs and the Bengals did. Like, yo, people was nobody checking for no Kansas City 5 years ago. Nobody checked for the Bengals 10 years ago. Come on now. Let's be real. I think Detroit can really do something. And once they get it together, they'll be fine. But like, I just look at it like when you hear Cowboys fans, here's the thing. Cowboy, you got two sides. You got the delusional diehard fans that don't say this stuff publicly, but they say behind closed doors they don't like that trade, blah, blah, blah. But then you got the real ones like, yo, they die hard, but they real. You know what? That just ain't it. We not doing nothing with this guy. We need, and then again, Jerry Jones, he ain't gonna pay no. He not gonna go out and get a good quote because like, dude, all the good ones gonna be gone.
Yeah.
Caleb gonna be gone. Shador gonna be gone. All the guys you say you want are going to be gone.
Yeah.
All of them gonna be gone. All of them. Shador Sanders gonna be a bona fide first rounder. And
that's if he goes into the draft.
Whenever he goes, he gonna be a first rounder.
Oh yeah, I believe it.
So it's like, look, and then again, why would you draft the quarterback if you got Cooper Rush and Trey Lance? Like, why would you go out and get another quarterback unless you trade Dak for something and whatever that'll be?
But then that would defeat the purpose of why you traded for Trey Lance in the first place.
I mean, I have no faith in Trey Lance. I'm sorry. Like he
has yet to play. And this is going to be a continuing conversation. We going to talk about Trey Lance for a while because like until we see him play, and I mean play a full season.
Like I said.
That's like until we've seen him play a full season because he was supposed to play a full season last year and he got hurt.
Yep.
Now, going back to Jared Goff, you said the Lions are a quarterback away, right?
Oh, yeah.
I think the Lions have their guy. I think Jared Goff is the right guy. It's all about like, it's kind of like how we always talk about if so-and-so was to have a change of scenery, then maybe they could like find that thing back inside of them and they'll be back to form. You know what I'm saying? I believe Jared Goff going to Detroit was like the thing for him. It was the perfect move for him. If you look at his first three seasons in Detroit, well, first two seasons and then this one here, his first two seasons in 2021 when he got there, he threw for 3,245 yards, 19 touchdowns to 8 interceptions. He had a rating of 91.5 and a QBR of 45.5. The following season in 2022, last year, 4,438 yards passing, 29 touchdowns to 7 interceptions, had a 99.3 rating and a 63.3 QBR. As of week 6, right now, as of week 6, he has a 69.8 completion percentage, which is his highest career-wise right now. He's already thrown for over 1,200 yards. He has 9 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. He has a 104.4 rating and a 71.2 QBR right now.
All right.
Now, if you want to compare that with any of his years in LA, because remember, he played 5 seasons in LA, right? If you want to compare any of those seasons, his 2022 season is around his 2018-2019 season. So 2018 with the Rams, he had 4,688 yards passing. Mm-hmm. He had 32 touchdowns to 12 interceptions. He had a 60.4 rating and a 63.6 QBR. In 2019, he threw for 4,638 yards. He had 22 touchdowns to 16 interceptions, a 56.3 rating, and a 50.6 QBR.
Okay.
I believe this offense suits him a lot better. The coaching suits him a lot better. I think with Jared Goff, you know, there is no pressure on his shoulders to carry the franchise because the way the team has been built, it's more or less there to like ease the stress and ease the load of what he has to deal with. And you know, I look at this Lions team, right? And
Right.
the way they've been playing. Jared Goff has been phenomenal thus far. Like I already read off the stats. 12,000 over 12,000 1,200 yards, 9 touchdowns, 3 interceptions.
Okay.
I look at Jared Goff and I feel like if the Lions are going to go deep in the playoffs, it's going to be through him leading this offense. They have a great defense. They have a young, scrappy defense.
And minus Hutchinson, what's his name?
Hawkins, minus TJ Hawkinson not being there. Now you got Laporta.
No. I'm saying minus his background, you know.
Yeah,
minus his background. You know. He's a good defensive player. I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, minus his background, you know, minus his where he came from, minus the school he came from. Oh. He's a good defensive player. He's a great defensive player. I was now he in the NFL like he's a great defensive player. I ain't got. If the Eagles had him, I'd be happy. But Eagles only draft Georgia boys, so it's like, hey, it is.
I still there's still this running conspiracy saying that you guys have a weird contract situation with the University of Georgia.
Look, before we get out of here, like I say this. I mean, the Lions got a potential. I mean, like, yo.
I'm gonna say this right now.
They win in the North. They're
like hold on. Let's. I just want to see the standings right now.
They are taking the North. You heard me here first.
Okay, hold up. Right now, Detroit is 4-1 right now, and they hold first place in their grasp. Green Bay is sitting at 2-3. Both Minnesota and Chicago are sitting at 1-4. Detroit, and I said this like last year, Detroit is a sleeper pick to win the North. They're outright favorites to win the North this year. This game right here versus Tampa that they will be playing, which got flexed, might I add you. It was a 1 o'clock game, but it's now flexed to a 4:25, 4:30 game this Sunday. 2 things about this game. We're going to see if Tampa Bay is really that team that can, you know, they can run on their own. If they this is going to be a game where Tampa Bay shows if they're for real. Because right now, like I told you earlier, this was a team that was supposed to be 0-4 going into their bye week. A lot of people said that they would be a 2-win, 3-win team, maximum wins, 7 wins or whatever. They're sitting at 3-1. They hold first place in their hand right now. If they win this one, they go to 4-1, and they'll have a very comfortable lead on the division as of right now.
Yep.
And after they play Detroit, they play Carolina, I believe, and we know that Carolina game is going to be it's Atlanta next. Never mind.
I mean, Carolina, everybody. I feel like Carolina. They. Oh my gosh, I feel bad for Bryce. You know, like, man, I'm like CJ Stroud, like, hey, ha, ha! CJ Stroud, ha, 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 ha! Oh, I almost went there. Woo!
Yo, CJ Stroud.
He dodged the bullet, baby.
Oh my gosh, dude.
And what he doing in Houston is insane right now.
Can we talk about that real quick? Can I go ahead and brag on him real quick?
I don't know if it's possible. They said if the NFL season ended this, and the Bears will have the first pick in the draft, and they have the first and the second pick. Now look, I ain't no crazy man. I wouldn't go on a limb and say they would do it. I would if I'm the Bears. I'm snagging Marvin Harrison Jr. I'm getting whoever first. And Marvin Harrison Jr. Like you just got to snag both. You got both. You got to get the best for the boy.
Here's the question though: do they keep Justin Fields?
I mean, the way he played. I mean, he played better once you let him do his own thing. I just feel like I just don't want them to give up on. He's not a bad player. He's not a bust. I think he's good.
If Chicago was to get rid of him, let's say they were to move on from him and go a different route with a quarterback, I think it would be better for him. Like we talked about with Jared Goff, the change of scenery. I think that would help him out a lot because maybe we've seen, like I've heard and what we've seen, maybe it's not him. He's not the problem.
Right.
But CJ Stroud, listen to this. He's thrown for 1,461 yards as of right now.
Right.
7 touchdowns.
0.
And I'm counting 0 interceptions. He has a 56.2 QBR right now, which is top 15 in the league right now. He broke the streak. He broke the record for most consecutive pass attempts without an interception as a rookie in his last game versus Atlanta.
Okay, now.
As of right now, with the Houston Texans, they are sitting at 2-3. And they are in 3rd place in the AFC South. If you ask me, I want to look at their schedule real quick to see who they play.
As you do that, I'm like this. I'm proud of CJ Stroud. That's right.
Oh yeah. I'm happy about CJ. I think CJ Stroud has really stepped up. I think he could I think you said it best.
Talk to me.
You said he could possibly pull a Joe Burrow in Houston.
I think he can. I mean, I think he could turn that city around. I think we're in an era where now it's like kids are having fun. It's all a good time. Everybody having great times and that thing. Like, I feel like offensively, I think I don't watch the Texans play. I don't watch them play. Like, they don't show their games on TV like that, so I can't catch them. But I feel like Houston gonna be one of them teams like either next year or the year after gonna be like, yo, they're gonna be in the conversation like, yo, CJ Stroud really is lighting it up. Like, he is really.
I'll give them, if not this year, which this year would, if they were to get if they were to get 7 to 8 wins this year, then by next year, depending on how they, on what they do in the offseason and who they bring in through the draft and all these other moves that they'll make or whatever, if they get about 7 to 8 wins this season, I think Houston can get about 12 wins next year.
Do you think they can sneak into a playoff this year? Just the playoffs. So see, like, either I see that I can. Oh, this is what the playoffs smell like. Even if they lose, like, all right, they get a wild card game.
Let me see their schedule right now.
Get a conference game. Now, if they squeeze in and catch, they got to catch like a Buffalo, dang.
Okay, so right now, let's see. They play the Saints this week. Then they got the Panthers. That's the Buccaneers.
Oh, that game gonna be on TV. Oh yeah, I'm watching that. I'm watching that game.
Let's see. So they got the Saints this week at home. They go to Carolina the following game. They go to Carolina. Tampa goes to Houston. Then they go to Cincinnati. They have the Cardinals coming to town. The Jaguars come into town. The Broncos come into town. They go to New York to play the Jets. They go to Nashville to play the Titans. They have the Browns come into town. The Titans come back into town. And then they go to Indianapolis to finish out the season. If you ask me, as of right now, from where it stands, they're sitting at 2-3. If I was to predict the rest of this season out for the Texans, I believe they can go. I say they go 9-8. I think they go 9-8. Maximum wins 10. So I'll say 7 to 10 wins. I'll give them 7 to 10 wins. No. No. I think they can get about 10 wins.
All right.
That's how confident I am in this team. I think they can get 10 wins. If they get 10 wins, I think they could probably squeak into the playoffs. But if they barely miss, next season, I think they'll make noise.
All right. Send us home, chicken. Send us home. Send us home.
Oh, my goodness. Well, this was a very off-the-cuff and unscripted, unplanned, and just...
Hey, man, they need to see how we get that. They need
Oh,
to,
yeah, baby.
They're going to get more of this. This ain't no one running mill. They going to get more of this.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, look, man, I hope y'all are ready for what we're about to give to y'all because, we just haven't... This is just us on a normal day. You about to get a lot more of this.
Sample size.
There's a little sample size, but don't worry. If you're all about the football talk, we're going to give it to you. But there's going to be a lot more interesting, intriguing topics that we will be discussing amongst ourselves. And believe me, we have some off-the-cuff conversations that I believe if we were to bring it here, y'all will enjoy it too.
Oh, yeah.
That all being said, this is your boy, June, Mr. Junes'88. New song on the way, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
I heard it. It's fire. You're going to like it. June, the prince of all blurs. I am Westside Izzy P.
Oh, yeah.
Mr. Sailor Man for a while. Mr. Sailor Man for a minute. But I got the Tigers in the cage ready to go crazy.
Oh, yeah. Like I always say,
Yes,
we are out of here.
We'll check y'all.